What a calm, cold and beautiful morning it is down here on the water. We're going to be doing some kayak fishing today. Fishing out on the kayak with a very unique and interesting box. In this box, every lure is 2 inches and smaller, so a micro lure. We're going to be fishing with micro lures throughout the whole day and trying to tick every single one of these off. We'll get more into that when we jump out on the water. Let's get out. Here we have it. Super calm. There was a whole heap of fog out here which is now lifting, but you can see how cool this place is. Very cool little river system. Right here is our box of lures. So in this box we have 8 different packets of micro lures. The first one we have is a little micro goat, so a 1.75 inch plastic, a 2 inch grub, micro worm. Never used a lure like this, but we have a little worm type lure. Another packet of the goat lures, different color of the worm once again, another color in the grub, and then we have 2 packets of a 1.75 inch paddle-tailed soft plastic, so a little green color and then a natural clear color. So the plan for today, the goal for today, is to tick a good fish off on every single one of these lures. I've brought out 2 combos with me this morning. They're both ultra light 1 to 3 kilo rods, 4 pound braid, and I think 6 pound leader on this one. So we have one of the tiny little paddle tails rigged up first of all, 1.75 inches on a 1/25th hidden weight jig head. So tiny, ultra finesse. Looks good. The casting with these tiny little lures is very different. I'm just trying to get it up there near the structure. I reckon these fish are going to be cuddled up against the banks. There we go. Wow. We have a fish. It didn't take too long at all. Did not take too long at all. That was like 5 casts with that tiny little paddle tail. I think we got a little brim. We do. We do have a little brim. Wow, that didn't take long. That was very quickly, but only problem for him is I don't know if he's going to meet our size criteria which we set for ourselves. What did we say, 25 centimeters? Don't think he's going to meet 25, but that is an awesome little way to start off the day. Very small little brimbo and some gnarly little chompers on him as well. That's sick. Okay, there we go, got that lure out. It does just look like a tiny little bait fish, eh? Beautiful brimbo. He's looking at us. See ya, buddy. There's fish in the area. There are fish in the area. I'm actually just going to put a little bit more scent back on that lure. I mean, if you look at it, it just looks perfectly like a little fry or a tiny little shrimpy thing, which there are plenty of in this area. There we go, right up in the reeds. That's cool. If there's a small one about, there definitely could be a big one. Oh, I just felt another little something. Could have been the bottom. Right up against that shallow stuff. You can just imagine this little thing darting around up in the water column. It just looks irresistible. I imagine we are going to get a lot of smaller fish though. Looks like a little jelly bean for those brim. Don't think we'll have too many more casts here. I reckon we might only have 5 or 10 more casts along this area, and then we'll head back down where we came and try a different area. It's getting a little bit skinny up this way. Bit of a narrow spot. It's cool to try out though. Very cool. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's a little fish. That feels decent as well. It's just about to turn around and we've hooked up to another fish. It feels like another little brim though. I don't think it's going to be very big. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he's close. We could almost call him, I reckon. He's not a bad little fish. He's honestly probably the same size as that first one we caught. We'll get that lure out of him. There we go. Little pink grub and nice little brimbo. We're just going to send him off. We might call those ones good enough. We'll just see. We'll try to get one a little bit bigger on this one and then we'll swap over. Jeez, that snag there looks good. Well, there goes one lure. Might actually try a different colour. We technically did tick off the pink one. We've got probably a 20 centimetre brim, so this one is called the deal. See if that gets a fish. Technically that is a new lure which we've got on, so we'll say we ticked off the pink grub because we did. We got probably a 20 centimetre brim on it, and now going to use the grub just in a slightly different colour. See how this one goes. Looks really good. I like the natural colours. Bit hard for you guys to see in the water since the lure's so small, but looks really good. Not going to cast on that snag again. That's where I lost my lure. This snag here looks incredible. If you were to call a fish on any snag in the river, it's probably this one. Yep. Fish. What is that? Feels like a little bit better brim maybe. Very light drag. Oh yeah, that's a better brim. That is for sure a better brim. Yeah, he's okay. I reckon we'll call him a size. Yeah, he is the size we'll count. That first one on the pink rub, maybe not, a bit touch and go, but that one we are counting for sure. Pinned right on the corner of the face there on that. What is that? Yeah, that little grub in that different colour. Cool. How's he? We'll send him off and we'll take a look through our box and change over lures. Try that out. Look at that. That is a tiny profile. Smallest little legs in the world. Break those apart and thread him onto our little jig head. I actually reckon this one's going to work really well. Might work better on a unweighted or hidden weight system, but we'll try it like that. See how it swims. Yep, those legs flap around. It sinks really nicely as well. This is going to be a winner. Right here is where we got the last one. Get back in. See if there's any more. I have faith in this lure. We'll start heading back down the other way where we came from. Try down here. Looks pretty good down here. It's starting to get a bit wider, this system, so let's see. Keep casting along. There we go. That's a better fish. I think we got a brim. Don't think it's going to be as the size we're looking for. We want one to tick the lure off. Don't think we're going to count him. He's just a little bit too small. That's the fourth brim of the morning. That lure just came out and we'll let him go. Well, our theory's kind of working. Right up along the weed. This actually is meant to represent a frog. Tiny little frog, I think, but could represent anything. It's a little bait fish. A little, I don't know, it's got two little legs on the back. Looks good. Go back up in there. We might throw the size limit out the window a little bit. Obviously that's the goal, but I just want to try and go sift through all the lures and use them all throughout the day. Look at the little tiny bait in the river. They're pretty large bait fish, to be honest, but new lure which we're going to try out is, it's another one of those paddle tails, the shad fries. So this is a 1.75 inch Once again, a tiny little thing. Let's get a look at the action on it. Oh, that looks really good. Small paddle tail, but it's moving away. It's sinking and it's wiggling on the drop, so I think this is our next one. Well, it's a pretty good looking spot in there. The good first cast for it. We have a little drain, which looks like it feeds in there. Nothing there, keep moving along. Cast like a little bullet. Honestly, this thing on the sink looks incredible. Yep, there we go. One grabbed it along that bank over there. Feels pretty good, whatever that is. Yeah, that's not a bad one at all. He's for sure a good fish. There he is, it's another brim. I think he's hooked pretty well. Bang! He would be up there with the best fish of the day. He's a quality little brimbo. I just felt that line go slack. Obviously he'd picked that up and started running with it. Look at the little teeth on him. The gnarliest of teeth. Yeah. Nice one. See you, buddy. See you later. That water's actually quite clear, but that also means it's time to change over plastics once again. So that's what, 3 ticked off? 3 ticked off for the morning. We'll try another one. Yeah, I think we'll try this one. A little frog type presentation, but that just looks like a little glass minnow type thing. That'll work. I honestly reckon this one will get eaten pretty quickly just because it looks so natural. It looks like a little minnow. Even though it's meant to be a frog, just that natural glassy presentation will look like a little fish. Boy, 7 hours of fishing and yeah, that was really tough. Just gonna have to come out for redemption. What a beautiful little system. Calm morning, the fog is rising off the water at the moment, but we're out here for session number 2 using micro lures. From memory, this stretch along here is super duper shallow, so I'm gonna use the almost unweighted lure. Yeah, that looks good. This system has changed a lot, eh? It used to be full of weeds and seaweeds. Now it's like bare bottom. Must have been an invasive weed and they removed it all. Fish. We just had a fish right there. Might have been an estuary perch, I think. Maybe? I honestly didn't see it. Hit it right near the surface though. First hit of the morning. There we go. There's another one. Ooh. Ooh, that's decent. On the tiny little micro lure, we've got a fish. How good's this? That actually feels decent too. What is that? Maybe a little, I think that's a perch, eh? It doesn't even look that small. That's a good perch. Oh, that's really cool. Wow, he's a cracking little fish. Look at him. Yeah, that's a pretty big EP. That's 40 centimeters, I reckon, right there. That's a 40 centimeter estuary perch. Beautiful fish on that 1.75 inch paddle-tailed soft plastic. Look at him. He has just engulfed that. Engulfed that. That's a cracking EP. Wow, right in this tiny little creek on this shallow stuff here, we've actually got one. He's got a big head on him as well. Nice fish. We'll get that lure out. Look at that, tiny bait for a big fish. We'll send him off. See you, buddy. Try the other one we've got rigged up. This is a different coloured paddle tail, 1.75 inch with a 1/16 weight, so a fair bit lighter, but we'll see if he's got a friend over there. He's right just in the middle of nowhere pretty much. There's a snag over there. We'll cast towards that snag. Knowing estuary perch, they love areas like that. Yep, there we go. It's another one. Typical spot right near that snag over there. They honestly, that feels like, oh, it's gone right up shallow. That feels like a good one. Man, these aren't small fish either. These are like really good quality fish. Really good quality fish. He was right up near that snag. Wow. Wow. That, once again, is a quality estuary perch. This is sick. You can see that different coloured paddle tail pinned right in the top of the jaw. How cool is this? Estuary perch in a very small creek on tiny, tiny little lures. Already it's been a cracking start to the day. Cracking start. Couple of beautiful perch. He's probably mid-30s, I reckon. They've probably both been around mid-30s to high 30s. Very good fish for this system. See ya, buddy. This is cool. Should we change lures? Should we change lures? Get a different one out. This is the next one which we are going to use. Micro goat in blue glimmer sparkle, 1.75 inch. Tiny little thing. We'll just thread that on the internal weight system. Tell you what, that is very, very dodgy. That is barely on straight. Yeah, it's not on straight at all, but we'll just flick it out and see if they'll eat it anyway. Can always re-rig it. We'll just try to get one good fish on it. Just took out that rod. Try to get over near that snag. There we go. Oh, got off again. Try there. There we go. Oh, that feels big. Come here. Come here, buddy. We got another one on the little goat lure. And this feels like a solid one as well. They're all pretty solid, actually. All very, very solid. Look at him just cruising around everywhere. Here's another nice one. This is awesome. There we go. He's actually a little bit smaller than the last couple, but still a very welcome estuary perch. How good is this? I love my perch fishing, as you'd know. It's one of the best forms of fishing in my opinion. Send him off. I might try to put a worm on. This is one of the ones which I was really worried about ticking off. I thought it would have been the hardest, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the last lures to tick off. Right here. So this is a micro worm green pumpkin in 2-inch. So as you can see, a very little flick baity type thing, I reckon. We might just be able to flick bait it over that structure and get one. Never done anything like this. Take a look at that. A little worm. You could almost call it a little larvae of some sort as well. So maybe that's what they'll mistake it for. For sure going to put a bit of scent on this one. This looks really cool. I think with this one we're going to have a very flicky type retrieve. Make it look like a little flick bait. Just, yeah, flick it along like that. This is going to be interesting. If they eat this, I'll be pretty surprised, to be honest. I think it's meant to be rigged up on more of a Ned rigs type system. But we'll try it. We're just going to flick that along, I reckon. Flick the little worm along. Surely they give it a crack. We only need one of them to eat it. There we go, we got one on it. You're kidding. One ate it. I wasn't expecting that. Look, he's just cruising in. They're probably getting confused because they're seeing a different lure every time. They're like, is that one real? Is that one real? No. You wouldn't believe it. 2-inch worm, ticked off. I thought that was going to be one of the hardest ones to tick off, and we've just got a beautiful estuary perch on him. How good's that? Good estuary perch on the little worm. I'm stoked with that. Thought that was going to be one of the harder ones to tick off, and it definitely would be, I think. But hey, we just done it. And we have one more colour in the worm, so we might try get one on that as well. Yeah, we do have another worm in the peanut butter and jelly. So we'll get that on the hidden weight system once again and try and get the last one. Bit more scent on that one. And that's that. It's not really rigged up entirely straight, but we'll just see how it goes. There he is there. Little worm. It's definitely not rigged up straight, but we'll see. So far we've got a fish on each one. Come on, fishy. It's pretty much the exact same spot we got the last one. Another one. Next cast, man. Next cast. We just ticked off the worm the next cast. Wow. Looks like one of the better ones as well. I'm not certain, but I think that is every lure ticked off. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. If we touch him. No, he's only just on. But we got him. We got him once again. Look at that. Tiny little peanut butter and jelly worm and a perch. See, buddy. Now what? Maybe we'll... I'm pretty sure that is every colour ticked off, I'll be honest. I reckon that's going to do us for our 2-day fishing adventure using micro lures. We ended up ticking them all off, so all in all a very big success. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more exactly like it, where I try out different lures, maybe use some other unique lures, be sure to give this one a like, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.